Look closer at the dial and you'll see it's a little like the original Dragon Scale design, only if Wolverine had started helping halfway through. There's no one thing that's outright incredible about the 39mm chronometer Artisans, really. It's just a manually wound time-telling watch. But when it comes to something that's more than the sum of its parts, when each and every one is given the same level of care and attention as this, that's how you end up with something truly special. And at this point, basically fictional. It's a new day, and that means a new Speedmaster from Omega, but blow me down with a Saturn V's rocket wash. It's not a moonwatch, or a pre-moonwatch, or anything to do with space at all. We're staying a little closer to home for this £8,900 Speedmaster Pilot, which bears an uncanny resemblance to the 90s Speedmaster Reduced Mark 40 Schumacher edition, with which it shares a few key details. First and probably most noticeably is the 9 o'clock horizon subdial, although since the originals was actually a 24-hour indicator, it was on its side to highlight night and day. Or perhaps it was the typical view from an F1 cockpit after a tangle with Schumacher. On the latest Speedmaster Pilot, it's been repurposed as an artificial horizon, with the blue being the sky and the black being the less aeroplane-friendly floor. Both watches also tip one of the central hands with the shape of a little aeroplane. A bit unusual in the case of the Schumacher edition, unless it's supposed to be his private jet, but for the modern Speedmaster Pilot it makes much more sense. And lastly, something you may not have realised, this Speedmaster Pilot is also reduced at 40.85mm instead of the typical 42. And there are more details still to take flight, because jumping on the trend of solid lume are the hour and minute hands and markers, including the shaft and balls at 12 o'clock, given some creamy relief. Lift off the crystal and it doubles up as a cheeky bit of braille blue. The 3 o'clock subdial also gets an orange burn rate indication, which I was unfamiliar with and so googled, only to find myself back on the Omega page. Still looks pretty cool though. The smaller symmetrical case in the style of the original 1957 Speedmaster gets the coaxial caliber 9900 inside, with 60 hours of power reserve and an anti-magnetic silicon balance spring, all hidden behind an engraving of everyone's favourite aviation mascot, the seahorse. Presumably a sapphire caseback was given a miss to avoid making the 14.54mm thickness even thicker, and the seahorse is there as a distraction to make you wonder what a skyhorse might actually look like. A rugged, cockpit-resistant brushed finish completes the picture. I